11 News, 11 at 11.
Watch tonight.
Now, Channel 11 News starts with breaking news.
And that breaking news right now is Route 22 in Washington County is shut down after a really bad crash. You can see this view from Chopper 11. We saw one car that was flipped over in the woods. Another car was straight down an embankment. At least one person was flown to the hospital. Now, again, this has Route 22 in Burgettstown at a standstill. You can see that cars are off the road. Police are trying to piece together everything that happened. Channel 11's traffic reporter Tricia Pittman joins us now with a closer look at where this is and how to get around it. You've been following this for a while now.
Yeah, earlier a call came in and right away we sent Chopper 11 to the scene. This accident again between the area of Burgettstown and the state line, just beyond the Route 18 off-ramp there as you head out toward West Virginia and Ohio in Washington County near Burgettstown. They currently have eastbound, inbound traffic coming from West Virginia and Ohio into Pennsylvania moving through that area. However, westbound traffic is now down to one lane. They did have traffic stopped in both directions, but now moving all lanes eastbound, one lane getting by in the westbound direction. This is video from Chopper 11 earlier. However, police still need to investigate that accident scene, and one of the vehicles is overturned into the woods. So they are going to have to pull that vehicle out of the woods, upright it, tow it away, and investigate beforehand. So in the meantime, you're finding some very heavy delays building here back before that area at the Route 18 off-ramp. Again, as Jennifer said, we do know that there were some injuries. Investigation could take quite some time. So if you're headed beyond the Burgettstown area out toward West Virginia or Ohio, allow some extra time. Traffic is getting by with some very heavy delays. Jennifer?
All right, Tricia, thanks for that big update. Showers and storms will be in parts of our area this afternoon, and some of those storms could be strong. Meteorologist Danielle Dozier is tracking the latest timing in Severe Weather Center 11. Danielle?
I'm thinking about 4 or 5 o'clock or so, Jen. We're going to start to see those storms coming in from the northwest, from Ohio. We have a cold front coming in. In the meantime, let me show you what is going to be triggering these showers and storms as the front moves through. Take a look at our visible satellite. So this is showing you where the clouds are. It's a view from up above. Everywhere where you're seeing white, that's where the clouds are. So we do have a few clouds still in the area, but sunshine is breaking out. That's allowing these temperatures to go up into the 80s again today. 82 degrees is the current temperature in Pittsburgh, 84 in Washington. So we have the warm air. We also have the moisture. And with this front coming through, we will be having showers and storms late this afternoon. So about 4 or 5 o'clock or so up to the northwest here, 6 p.m. Showers through Beaver County. Look at that red color right there. That indicates where some heavier rain could be occurring here by 6 p.m. up around the Butler area. And then these showers and storms will gradually push toward the southeast with time. And yes, some of these could be on their stronger side. I'm going to finish walking you through these maps and let you know what the rest of the timing is for the rest of the evening. Plus, I am letting you know what threats we're going to be watching out for some of these storms coming up at about 12:18.
Protesters clashed with a suspect outside the Washington County Courthouse this morning. They say that the man suspected of child luring should be back behind bars. Channel 11's Mike Holden was there when this all happened. He spoke to parents and the suspect. Mike joins us live with new information at noon. Mike?
Jan Andre spoke very candidly with me, and he said he is innocent. He was here at the Washington County Courthouse essentially for a hearing to determine when his bond revocation hearing will officially be. The judge determined that date. In the meantime, I talked with protesters, and they said this is absolutely ridiculous. They say this guy is an immediate threat to the general public as well as their children, and they want him locked up right now. Now, protesters took over the sidewalk of the Washington County Courthouse. You could see they clashed with Jan Andre. As he left his court appearance, they screamed, "Lock him up and stay away from my kids." He is currently out on bail and accused of trying to lure a girl from her front yard into his van over the summer. He is technically not allowed to have any contact with children. This past weekend, North Strabane police were called to the Town Center Plaza for another alleged incident involving Andre. They got a report for him allegedly offering candy to 3 children. The kids had just gotten out of a dance class. They said they didn't want candy from him and then took off. Parents say enough is enough. Meantime, Andre told only Channel 11 the truth will surface.
I just want to tell you, I am innocent of these charges. These parents and these children in Clarksville and down in North Strabane have perpetrated a lie against me.
You're a grown man. Like, what are you doing? You know what I mean? I have a child myself, so I have to get out here and fight for all of them, not just mine. They're innocent. We're the adults. We're the ones that's supposed to look out for them.
Andre's attorney, I spoke with him briefly after this hearing, and he told me his client is staying strong. He maintains his innocence. Meantime, that official bond revocation hearing is set for October 17th at 1 o'clock. We'll, of course, be there for the latest developments. And coming up on Channel 11 News starting at 5 o'clock tonight, more from Andre in his own words, what he wants the general public to know. That's starting at 5. Reporting live from the Washington County Courthouse this afternoon, Mike Holden, Channel 11 News.
New this afternoon, an employee of a Paris police department allegedly attacked officers inside their headquarters, killing 4 people. Then police shot him dead. Investigators say the attacker worked for the police department since 2003. They're still trying to determine a motive. The police department is on an island in the center of Paris, right across the street from the Notre Dame Cathedral. We're working to learn more about the victim of a deadly crash in Beaver County. Police say that a driver lost control of their car just north of New Galilee on Route 168 in Big Beaver early this morning. The car ended up down over an embankment near what looked like a pond. The victim has not been identified. A Wexford man is among 3 people accused in a steroid conspiracy, and his name might sound familiar. Channel 11's Liz Kilmer has been sifting through the indictment on Eric Engel.
Documents say federal investigators have charged 3 men, including Eric Engel of Wexford, for allegedly using the dark web to distribute steroids. Suspected organized online crime has landed a local man in trouble with the law. According to federal court documents obtained by Channel 11, 52-year-old Eric Engel of Wexford and 2 men from out of state are accused of working for the drug trafficking organization Quantum and using the dark web as an online storefront for controlled substances and anabolic steroids imported from China. We visited Engel's home Thursday, but no one came to the door and neighbors had no comment. His is a name you may recognize. The defendant made appearances in the WWF in the early 2000s and is the brother of wrestling legend Kurt Angle. Much more from this indictment coming up at 5, including how the group allegedly distributed the steroids. I'm Liz Kilmer, Channel 11 News.
Testimony is now underway in a murder trial in Westmoreland County. The suspect originally pleaded guilty, but then changed her plea. Crystal Bell is accused of beating her 19-year-old boyfriend to death. His body was found tied up behind her home in 2016. Bell pleaded guilty to murder last year, but withdrew her plea right before sentencing. A 7-week-old baby and his 3-year-old brother are on their way back to Allegheny County. They were being held in child care services in Nashville. Now, the baby was taken from Children's Hospital last week. Police say the parents took off with the infant after doctors found injuries consistent with child abuse. Ambrose Klingensmith and his brother were found after a 5-day nationwide manhunt. Their parents are now behind bars in Tennessee. Their grandparents say the couple didn't hurt the baby and they left the hospital without anyone stopping them.
As far as Children's was concerned, if they were so concerned about abuse, why?
How did you let that baby leave the hospital? How
was the baby left to leave the hospital?
The grandparents are working to become the kids' foster parents. They say that both kids are perfectly healthy. The first testimony in the impeachment inquiry is happening right now. Kurt Volker, the former U.S. Special Envoy to Ukraine, is being questioned by Congress. Meantime, President Trump says Ukraine and China should investigate former Vice President Joe Biden. Channel 11's Jacqueline Fell is in Washington, D.C. with today's developments.
The president leaving the White House told reporters he thinks both China and Ukraine should investigate the former Vice President Joe Biden and his son Hunter.
If it were me, I would recommend that they start an investigation into the Bidens, because nobody has any doubt that they weren't crooked. That was a crooked deal, 100%.
There is no evidence of wrongdoing by either Biden or his son Hunter in Ukraine. On Capitol Hill, Democrats are hearing from former U.S. Special Envoy for Ukraine, Kurt Volker. He's testifying behind closed doors. Volker was named in the whistleblower complaint about Ukraine. He resigned last week. Volker likely faced tough questions about his relationship and communications with the president's personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani. At the center of this inquiry is a whistleblower complaint alleging President Trump pressured the newly elected Ukrainian president to investigate Biden. The president calls the complaint, quote, total fiction, and says his conversation with Ukraine's president was absolutely perfect. In Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
The State House will start opening sessions again with prayers. Allegheny County Republican Speaker Mike Turzai announced the plans today. This after a federal appeals court ruled that opening prayer does not go against the Constitution. Turzai's office says that he hasn't selected the person who will give the next invocation when the House returns on October 21st. This really is video worth watching again. Look at that hug, and it's kind of hard to believe the two people on either side of it here. That is the brother of a man who was killed by an ex-police officer, extending his arms to give that woman a hug and forgive her. This powerful moment happened in a Dallas courtroom yesterday. You can see how long they are embracing. In the end, the officer was sentenced to 10 years in prison, and that set off protests outside the courtroom. NBC's Gabe Gutierrez has more from Dallas.
I love you as a person.
The timid request was entirely unexpected.
I don't know if this is possible, but can I give her a hug, please?
Yes. 18-year-old Brant John shocking the courtroom by leaving the stand during his victim impact statement for a most unlikely embrace. Amber Geiger wept as she hugged the younger brother of the man she shot and killed. A jury had just sentenced the former Dallas officer to 10 years in prison for murdering Botham Jean, an unarmed neighbor she had mistaken for a burglar when she accidentally entered the wrong apartment last September.
As for that hug, had you ever seen anything like that before?
Never.
Even Geiger's defense team was floored.
I think he showed with his grace and forgiveness how we should heal, and I hope that people that were upset by the verdict will follow his example.
The judge so moved, she also hugged Geiger and gave her her personal Bible. John's mother, Allison, was surprised to see her younger son hug Geiger.
Did you expect that at all?
I didn't expect it at all. I didn't know what he was going to do.
Would you have done the same thing that your son did?
Maybe not now.
The gut-wrenching trial lasted just more than a week, but the pain may last a lifetime.
I think what Brant did was to heal himself, but I don't want forgiveness to be mistaken with a total relinquishing of responsibility.
What an extraordinary moment it was. Now, Amber Geiger's lawyers still have not decided whether to appeal. She'll be eligible for parole in just 5 years, when she'll be 36 years old. Gabe Gutierrez, NBC News, Dallas.
A local man's good deed put him in harm's way.
I just had knee surgery, and I just felt helpless.
He thought he was helping a stranger. What happened next that has him out $2,000. And it's been more than a year since 99 animals were rescued from a local home. The reason the shelter hasn't been allowed to adopt them out until now.
And the early morning first round of rain has cleared out. We're dry now, but more storms are on the way. I'm going to finish walking you through the hour-by-hour timing of those thunderstorms for tonight coming up.
You're watching WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. Avoid scams, save money, and find great deals. Top consumer advocate Clark Howard. Weekdays at 8:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. on WPXI.
NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
We're a team you can count on to cover stories that impact your life.
Whether it's across the street or around the world.
Channel 11 News at 6.
And NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Pittsburgh's chief meteorologist, Stephen Cropper, tracking the weather in your neighborhood.
A Homestead man's good deed put him in harm's way. He says a person he was trying to help robbed him. He told Channel 11's Michelle Newell he is out thousands of dollars and his sense of security is shattered.
I'm an older person, I just had knee surgery, and I just felt helpless.
This elderly man is still in shock over what happened to him. He withdrew money from this bank, then drove home.
We believe somebody followed him back to his house here in North Braddock.
Once Ballback got home, he says a man asked for help.
Knocked at my front door, asking for a jump.
Ballback says when he went inside to get his car keys, the man came after him.
Stuck a knife close to me and demanded money.
He says he gave the man his bag, which had the money inside.
Plus my driver's license and my employer ID and also my health insurance card.
Ballback's neighbor says she saw the suspect get away.
He came out and I looked up at him. As soon as he came off the steps, he started running.
She says he jumped in a car and sped off, but Ballback was so frightened, it took a while before he contacted police.
He waited 30 minutes in his home before he even exited his home to come down to the police station to tell us about it.
It will take a while before he feels safe again.
Mentally, I'm very frightened now. I mean, I live by myself, and it'll be difficult to sleep at night.
So bad for him. Now the victim is out $2,000. Police say that there are a number of surveillance cameras around and they have a description of the vehicle, so they hope to make an arrest very soon. If you're planning to see the new Joker movie, you might see more security at the theater. Comes out today. Showings around here start about 4 o'clock this afternoon. The movie depicts the life of a social outcast struggling with mental illness. He then turns to violence. Some theaters are banning masks and costumes. One chain is telling parents to leave the kids at home, warning of, quote, brutal violence and overall bad vibes. 7 years ago, a gunman shot and killed 12 people at a theater in Colorado that was showing another Batman movie.
We're aware of the significance, the historical significance of the opening of this film. We'll be deploying extra officers. They'll be visible out on the street.
Police in New York, Chicago, and L.A. say they are ready, while many police departments are not planning to step up patrols. In other cities, plainclothes officers may be sitting inside the theater. A major announcement from Governor Wolf this morning. He is taking executive action, ordering his administration to start working on regulations so it can join the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative. 9 states have already partnered with the initiative to reduce greenhouse gas emissions and fight climate change. Pennsylvania is the nation's 4th biggest emitter of greenhouse gases. Another alligator, can you believe it, has been found in Pittsburgh? Humane Animal Rescue posted this picture on their Facebook page. The gator was found by a couple near the Allegheny River in Lawrenceville Tuesday night. The shelter believes the reptile was a pet. This is now the 6th alligator found in the Pittsburgh area this year.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Well, that alligator just must think it's Florida because it certainly feels like it outside today, doesn't it? Have you been outside? This is a live look over downtown Pittsburgh. We do have some clearing taking place and temperatures are in the 80s for the 3rd straight day in a row. 82 right now. Heat index is 84 degrees. If you've been outside, it is steamy. We've got our dew points, which is to measure the amount of moisture in the air. These are in the upper 60s and low 70s. You start getting dew points over 70. That is a tropical feel to the air. Ladies might be having a bad hair day or at least a frizzy hair day. You'll need some extra hairspray. Here's a look at our heat index. So when you factor in the humidity, this is what it feels like. 84 in Pittsburgh. The feels like in Beaver, close to 90 right now. 87 in Washington. You'll definitely need the AC in the car today. Here's Storm Tracker because we are looking at showers and thunderstorms. I walked you through a few moments ago. Let me show you once again if you are just joining us. Here's 5 p.m. Showers up here around Lawrence, Mercer, Beaver County, kind of coming into the Butler County area. Butler, this is 6 p.m. Could be dealing with some heavier storms over your area. Same thing around Beaver, Allegheny County. So we're looking at late afternoon into the early evening where some of these storms could be on the strong stronger side. We may even get a severe thunderstorm warning later today because of some of these storms. And this is a look at 7 p.m. from near Washington all the way up toward Indiana, dealing with scattered showers with a few embedded thunderstorms. So with this line pushing down to the south, we will notice a little bit of clearing by late evening and night. So this is 8 p.m. Still a few lingering showers are possible, but the roughest weather looks like it will be south of the area by then. And then here's a look at 9:30 this evening. So we've got the ingredients in the atmosphere. We talk a lot about having warm air, moist air, as well as something to get the storms going. Today, that's the cold front. So with all of that said, we have the possibility of seeing these strong storms that could put down 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts in the strongest, as well as some small hail. And of course, lightning is a threat in any thunderstorm. Of course, you can always download our Severe Weather Team 11 app. That'll bring you any alerts, should any be issued, right to your phone. You can also track the storms and showers with our radar. It'll be noticeably cooler tonight. Lows down to about 55 degrees. Those thunderstorms early clearing out. We'll be left with a few showers overnight tonight. It'll turn breezy with winds out of the northwest as high as 15 miles per hour. Kids at the bus stop tomorrow will need a jacket. 55 degrees at 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock temperature at 8, 56 degrees at 9 a.m. And we'll have more clouds than sun. Could even be dealing with a few sprinkles or light passing showers early in the day on Friday. Here's my 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. Check this out, 42 degrees by Friday night. That's some of the coldest air we have had since mid-May. And a closer look at your weekend always in view. If you're planning to get outside, Saturday is the pick day. Looks like sunshine, albeit a chilly start, but a high temperature of about 66 degrees, which is closer to average. Coming up in this next half hour, I want to talk more about just how warm it has been around here and what's causing the fall weather to return. Stick around.
Have you heard of this disease before? Never heard of it before now.
You probably haven't heard of it either. The contagious disease spreading through a local school. And it's been more than a year since 99 animals were rescued from a local home. The reason the shelter hasn't been allowed to adopt them out until now.
News at 5, covering more news happening in Butler County.
More than a year after nearly 100 animals were rescued from this house in Westmoreland County, the shelter in North Huntington that took care of them is finally getting some justice. So Channel 11's Amy Hudak learned how that 2018 animal hoarding situation is now setting a precedent for future cases in the county.
This is Wendy. She's a very sweet little girl.
For 18 months, these spaces have sat in cages, waiting for a second chance at life.
Emotionally and physically, it's been extremely stressful for the animals themselves. So a lot of them suffer in this environment.
These are the survivors from one of the worst hoarding cases All But Forgotten Animal Rescue has ever tackled.
There were 67 cats, 30 dogs, a deer, and a turtle.
The conditions inside Yvonne and Richard Klokak's home in March of 2018 were described as disgusting.
We had people going out and getting sick.
Cat litter boxes had mounds and mounds of feces and paper towels in them.
Fast forward a year and a half.
Easy, baby.
Every animal is still at the rescue, being cared for on the shelter's dime.
He's a good boy, huh?
The legal process preventing the animals from being adopted sooner.
We had to make do with what we had because there was no leaving them behind.
After a criminal and civil court battle, the Klokaks pleaded guilty and were ordered to pay $260,000 plus $1,300 a day to the shelter for caring for all 97 animals. The shelter says they'll never see that money, but they did set a legal precedent.
We're setting the standards for other rescues and other large hoarding events in Westmoreland County. Now there's a lot to follow.
Now each cat rescued is ready to find their forever home.
Their personalities are shining and it's their time.
They've come such a long way. It's not perfect, but they've come a long way.
A bittersweet ending to the battle they fought together.
563 days in home.
Amy Hudak, Channel 11 News.
What beautiful animals there. So if you're interested in any of them, we have information posted on our website, WPXI.com. A crime spree targeting 2 stores in local counties. It's a story you'll only see on 11. Next, how the suspects got away with $20,000.
And just look at these temperatures, 15 degrees above average right now. So just how warm has it been so far this month, and what is bringing in the fall feel? We've got that coming up.
3 great rides, 2 important causes, 1 amazing day. Don't miss the Winter Foundation's 7th annual 3-2-1 bike ride to end melanoma and pancreatic cancer. Sunday, October 13th on the North Shore. Choose from a 17, 62, or 80-mile fully supported route. All rides take place on the beautiful Great Allegheny Passage Trail, sponsored by WPXI, Trek, Panera Bread, and UPMC Hillman Cancer Center. Register now at 321.
7-day forecast. Now on your screen all the time on Channel 11 News.
We are following breaking news right now. Chopper 11 is live over a car fire in Bethel Park. We can see that there is some damage to the house, too, so we'll kind of zoom in there, and you can see the aftermath. Gosh, it's hard to recognize that car. If that's some kind of truck, it looks like, perhaps. And you can see there's damage to the yard. Even the siding on that house looks like it is burnt off here. This is Clark Avenue, not too far off of Library Road, right near the intersection with Logan Road. So again, this is a live view from Chopper 11. We'll try to make some phone calls, get you more information. If we learn anything new in the next half hour of this newscast, we'll be sure to break back in. Boy, it has been a warm start to October, but that is all about to change. Meteorologist Danielle Dozier is tracking when temperatures will nosedive in Severe Weather Center 11.
It's going to be noticeably cooler when you head out the door tomorrow morning, so just be prepared for that. Let's talk numbers, everyone. What a warm October it has been, and I did a little research. When you factor in the highs and the lows, for the first 2 days of the month, 77.3 degrees. That is the average temperature, and the third warmest start to an October on record. These records go back to the late 1800s. It's the warmest start to an October as well since 1927, when it was 78 degrees. Why has it been so warm? We've had this warm front north of the area that's been allowing the southerly wind and southwesterly wind to draw in that warm, moist air from the south. And while this warm front starts to move out of the area, it is going to be bringing a cold front behind it. So we are looking at noticeably cooler air as we head into tomorrow. We're talking lows in the mid-50s, and then high pressure will be building in, and that's going to kind of lock in the cool, pleasant feel to the air as we head into the end of the week and start of the weekend. And by Saturday morning, it is going to be darn right chilly out there with lows in the upper 30s and low 40s across all of western Pennsylvania. Coming up, we've got a closer look at the humidity forecast. That's been outrageous over the last couple of days. I'll have that for you coming up in just minutes.
We have more breaking news, also dealing with some traffic. Look at that there. This is our traffic map we have pulled up here. This is the Parkway East inbound. You can see that purple section there. We are seeing some problems. I was just looking on Twitter for Pittsburgh 511, and it says that there is a car crash 376 westbound between exit 77 Edgewood Swissvale and 74 Squirrel Hill Homestead. It says all lanes are closed. That's what the purple indicates. So right now you cannot get through that area there on the Parkway East. So we'll keep checking on this map and let you know. I mean, you can see how far those delays go back. So it goes back all the way past, looks like almost to the Greensburg Pike overpass there where the red and yellow is. So again, part of the Parkway East right now is closed because of this accident. We'll continue to stay in touch with PennDOT and let you know what we find out. There has been an arrest in an organized crime ring that spanned 2 counties. Police say that the thieves used an elaborate scheme to turn things that they stole into gift cards. The 2 groups had stores in Cranberry, Ross, Homestead, and Scott and Robinson townships. Only Channel 11's Amy Marcinkowitz learned how a simple mistake led to a break in the case.
This man, Brian Lugan, is behind bars as police search for many more involved in what police are calling an organized retail crime spree, where suspects targeted 2 big box stores, Lowe's and Marshall's. According to police paperwork, officers are dealing with 6 suspects operating in 2 different groups, hitting Butler and Allegheny counties from January to September. There's a total of 58 thefts, totaling 20 grand. So how does it work? Well, police say the suspects walk into the store, they steal all kinds of stuff, they walk out, go to another store, return it, give gift cards, and then they sell those gift cards.
They generally will use their own IDs, which, although it seems unusual, they have to present a valid ID.
And did that help you track them down?
That absolutely helped.
The retail thefts didn't just happen at Cranberry stores. Police say the group hit all over Allegheny County. Police say one of the main reasons they track these people down is that they use their own identification to get those gift cards.
When you get to these larger groups like this, where, you know, even the big stores, $15,000 for Lowe's is a significant amount of money.
And Amy tells us police have warrants out for 5 other people that they have not tracked down. Students in the Steel Valley School District are back in class today after that bedbug scare, and exterminators have been in all their buildings. Now the district is asking parents to look for bedbugs in their homes. They say 3 families are dealing with them. They sent a letter to parents yesterday. It also said exterminators have been at all 5 buildings, and they even went the extra mile and had custodians disinfect every school. And the Duquesne Incline, it is still closed again today after bedbugs forced it to shut down for the 2nd time this week. The Port Authority says an exterminator will treat the cars and the stations. The incline is set to reopen tomorrow morning. A New York City man is accused of using a fake ID to try to buy $4,000 worth of computers in Hempfield Township. State police told our news partners at the Trib that Oscar Ruiz tried to create a credit account at the Verizon store on Route 30. They say he used 2 different Social Security numbers and addresses, and when questioned, Ruiz said the employees mistakenly entered his number on the applications. A new report is blasting the DEA for its handling of the opioid crisis. The DEA's Inspector General's office said that the department was slow to respond to the major increase in the use of opioids. Channel 11's Samantha Manning has more on that and the changes that the agency has made.
Transforming a personal tragedy into a cause to help others.
I'm just a dad trying to get out there and make people aware.
It's now become Jim Fruin's mission. His son Scott had struggled with addiction to pain medication after getting a dental procedure. Scott went into rehab and was doing well for several years until he relapsed.
We lost Scott 2 days before his 21st birthday via suicide after years and years in recovery.
Now Fruin works with organizations to get the message out about opioid addiction. It's a problem at the center of this report from the Inspector General for the DEA, which found the department was not doing enough to fight the problem. It says that since 2000, more than 300,000 people in the U.S. have died from an opioid overdose. Yet during that time, it says the DEA allowed manufacturers to grow its opioid production. The report says the DEA also was not efficiently using its data systems to detect and regulate opioid abuse. Since the investigation, the DEA has cut the opioid production quota. The DEA says prescriptions have gone down 30% from January 2017 to August of this year. For Fruin, the efforts are a step in the right direction.
We know more now. If I knew then what I know now, maybe I could have saved my son's life. That's how I really feel about it.
The first place in the U.S. for people to inject drugs while paramedics are nearby could open in Philadelphia. Health officials say that the site could be a life-saving strategy and a pathway to treatment. People could take the drugs while medical help waits nearby if they overdose. A federal judge has cleared the way for it in Philadelphia. It has the highest opioid death rate of any large U.S. city. 2 food assistance programs in Allegheny County have been shut down. Our Trib partners report that the Women, Infants, and Children's offices in Springdale on Pittsburgh Street and the one on Arlington Avenue in Mount Oliver are both closed. The health department didn't explain the closures, but a letter to Springdale participants said it's due to unforeseen circumstances. The offices will be closed until the end of December or possibly January. It is a hockey night in Pittsburgh. The Penguins opened the season at PPG Paints Arena, and Sidney Crosby knows that the team has a lot to prove after last season.
We played exactly how we probably shouldn't have.
5.5 months after being swept out of the playoffs, Crosby still feels the sting, not only for the catastrophic end to last season, but the disappointment of what that would bring. Of course, that led to the Pens trading Phil Kessel, and for the first time in a long time, the Penguins are not the favorites. But that doesn't mean there won't be another run at Lord Stanley.
Different years present different challenges, so you know, to find a way in each of those years to get there and compete for the Stanley Cup, that's what you try to do every single year.
The Pens take on the Buffalo Sabres in the first game of the season tonight, and face-off is at 7. A letter sent home to to parents in a local school district about a sickness, the contagious disease you might not have heard of that's spreading around this local school. But first, one close call and then another, the dangerous drive into a storefront.
at 6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
Chopper 11 is now moved to bring you live pictures of delays on the Parkway East this afternoon. We told you just a few minutes ago that there was a multi-car crash that had closed the road between Edgewood, Swissvale, and the Squirrel Hill Tunnel. Now, PennDOT tweeted that the crash is cleared, but you can see that there are still some delays. Cars are moving, but those delays kind of go back far. The last time we looked at our traffic map, it kind of showed it was to the Greensburg Pike overpass. So just be mindful of that if you're heading into the city this afternoon on the Parkway East. I want to show you some wild video from New York. The moment that a man had to jump out of the way. Did you see that there? Maybe we can play that again. So here's another look inside. That's an insurance company, and you see that man running as that Subaru was barreling towards it. So then here's an inside view. There's a woman sitting at the reception desk doing her job, and then all of a sudden that car just barrels right into her. Look at how it pushes her desk. It comes so close to her, and she was just narrowly a second away from being hit.
The car, full force, came right in, plowing in, didn't even step on the brakes.
So look at this view. She actually climbs up on her desk and over that half wall to try to escape. So that man and that woman you just saw, they weren't hurt, but the older driver and his wife did suffer some minor injuries. Walmart is now pulling the heartburn drug Zantac off of its shelves. It will stop selling Equate and Members Mark versions as well. The FDA says that acid-reducing medicines with ranitidine have an impurity that could cause cancer. Walgreens, Rite Aid, and CVS have also stopped selling the drug. Parents warned about a school sickness. It's something that a lot of people have never heard of, the contagious illness spreading around this local district.
And it has felt steamy outside over the last couple of days. I'm going to let you know when we're going to have a refreshing change to the humidity that's coming up in about 5 minutes.
You're watching WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. All the best things happening in Pittsburgh in one place. Watch 11 Things to Do, Thursday and Friday mornings at 9:15 on WPXI Now and on demand. Weekdays at 11 on Channel 11. Watch The Wendy Williams Show, weekdays at 11 on Channel 11.
We have a warning for parents about a disease maybe you haven't heard of going around a local school district. Several students at Logan Elementary School in the East Allegheny School District have fifth disease. It's fairly common, but according to the CDC, not a lot of people apparently have heard of it. Channel 11's Aaron Clark spoke with parents and learned what the district is doing.
It's no secret. Kids are touching on each other and, spreading things with their hands, not washing their hands really good.
So it's not surprising to learn that according to this letter sent to parents, a few second graders at Logan Elementary School have developed a mild illness. But it's one not many are familiar with. Have you ever heard of fifth disease before?
No, ma'am. I've never heard of it before now.
According to the CDC, symptoms of fifth disease, also known as parvovirus B19, include fever, runny nose, headache, and what's described as a slapped cheek rash. Joint pain and swelling can also develop. In rare cases, pregnant women can have a miscarriage or pass the illness to their baby, resulting in severe anemia.
That's kind of scary. It's kind of scary to know that that's gone around.
There's no vaccine or medication to prevent fifth disease. The CDC says symptoms usually go away on their own. But since the illness is passed through respiratory secretions such as saliva and mucus, the best way to protect yourself and your kids is wash your hands often with soap and water, cover your mouth and nose when you cough or sneeze, don't touch your eyes, nose, or mouth, avoid close contact with people who are sick, and stay home when you are sick. Erin Clark, Channel 11 News.
Using ATMs has become a lot more expensive than it was 20 years ago. Bankrate.com found that the average ATM fee for out-of-network bank is now more than $3. Combine that with the fees from the customer's actual bank, and the average total cost of an ATM withdrawal has hit a record $4.72. Experts say people are making fewer ATM withdrawals, so the fees keep increasing to make up for that difference. The nonprofit Grow Pittsburgh will be able to grow more. A state grant will go towards a second greenhouse. According to our partners at the Trib, the group will keep partnering with the Frick for use of its current greenhouse, and this second greenhouse will allow the group to give out more seeds. The nonprofit supports more than 100 community gardens and 30 school gardens. We have more breaking news for you now. State police are now confirming that one person was killed in this crash on Route 22 in Burgettstown in Washington County. And from Chopper 11, we saw one car flipped over in the woods. Another one was down the embankment. State police say now that both lanes are still closed, they are asking people to avoid the area. This is what Tricia Pittman showed us at the top of the show, so we will certainly monitor this. But again, we just learned that one person has died in this crash.
Your severe weather Team 11 forecast.
Well, taking a look at our satellite and radar, you can see all that green that was showing up out there this morning. And we had some bouts of fog, which reduced visibility as a lot of us were heading out the door. We still have a few clouds out there, but we also are seeing the sunshine after picking up a little less than a half an inch officially this morning in the city. Temperatures, I wanted to bring you another update here. If you've been outside today at all, you know it's warm, it's humid, and it is in the 80s. In fact, we've got mid-80s in Beaver at 86. It's 82 in Pittsburgh right now, even down toward Waynesburg out there in Greene County, finding mid-80s. And this afternoon, it's still going to be in the 80s by 6 p.m., but we will be noticing those temperatures fall into the 70s through 8 p.m. and then 60s by 2 o'clock in the morning. It's 62 degrees, so cooler air is certainly going to be moving in behind the front. This same cold front will be sparking showers and thunderstorms. I wanted to bring you the timing again, as we always bring you updates. 5 p.m. Here's a look at Mercer County. A little heavier storm up there. Could be dealing with those showers and storms up across Newcastle and Beaver. This is 6:30 p.m. I think showers, a fair bet in Allegheny County by that point. Could even be dealing with some thunderstorms here as well. Here 7 p.m. the areas in orange and yellow show where we could be dealing with some heavier showers and even thunderstorms. And then here's a look at 8 p.m. out there in Fayette and Westmoreland counties. And here's 9 p.m. So the cold front moving from west to east or northwest to southeast, and that's going to be bringing in the wet weather. So we're looking in that direction initially and then ending to our southeast. So we are looking at the potential for those thunderstorms, bringing some high wind gusts. What we're also going to be watching out for is the huge drop in the humidity as we head into the next couple of days. This is because the cold front brings the drier air to our area tonight. So by tomorrow morning, it's going to feel way less humid than it was out there this morning. And by Saturday, it's also looking less humid as well. So very comfortable air coming into the forecast. Temperatures are going to be falling into the low to middle 50s tonight, with about 55 in Pittsburgh, 53 in Butler, 54 in Greensburg. Tomorrow we are looking at that cooler air, so in the morning, mid-50s. If you're out walking the dog, you may need a light jacket. 60 degrees by 1 o'clock, and then 5 o'clock temperature at 61. That's where we'll top out tomorrow afternoon with 60 in Butler, 60 in Beaver, and then off to our east, we are looking at the low to middle 60s as well from Greensburg all the way down south into Uniontown. So really a pleasant feel to the air and feeling a little bit more like it should for this time of year, albeit just a few degrees cooler on the high side. As we head into this weekend, wanted to prepare you for the chance for rain coming in on Sunday. So if you do have any outdoor plans, you might want to have a plan B the way it looks right now. We have a cold front that's going to be back off to the west. This is going to be coming in from that direction and will be eventually sparking a few showers across our area on Sunday, and they actually could be lingering into Monday of next week as well. Here's my 5-day forecast with your weekend always in view. 50s tomorrow morning, but check this out, 40s by Friday night into Saturday morning, and that again is the coldest air since mid-May. Here's a look at the rest of the weekend. We go from 66 Saturday to 70 on Sunday, and then Monday next week we dip the temps a little bit back down into the mid-60s, but full-on sunshine for your outdoor plans on Saturday. If you don't have any, go ahead and make some because it'll be a pretty nice start to the weekend.
Sounds good, Danielle. Thank you. So a mom tired of drivers speeding past her home. Instead of complaining, she decided to do something about it. Dressing up as this. Look at your screen. That unicorn trying to get people's attention. The reason police worry, though, this could create a bigger problem.
Everything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
Sports betting is a go at the Meadows Casino in Washington County. The sportsbook will feature 15 TVs, 18 self-betting kiosks, 5 ticket windows, and a 26-seat bar. There'll be a ribbon cutting next Thursday to celebrate the grand opening. Now, DraftKings, the online fantasy sports provider turned bookmaker, will run the Meadows online sportsbook in a co-branded deal. Someone in Cleveland took a chance at a bar game, and today they are $5 million, yes, $1 million richer. So the game is Queen of Hearts. Every week, players guess which of 54 playing cards displayed in a locked glass board is the Queen of Hearts. Tickets are just $1. Last night, after 52 weeks without a winner, the Queen of Hearts was drawn. Last year, the game drew so much attention that its legality was questioned, forcing the game to be temporarily suspended. But the Ohio Attorney General's office ruled that it is legal. Trying to get drivers to slow down in her neighborhood has been like chasing unicorns for a mom in Ohio. So to solve the problem, she decided to dress like one. You have to see this video. Look, it is one of those inflatable unicorns. There she is bobbing up and down there right near her kid's bus stop. And the reason is because of this sign here. She says people aren't going 25. Even there's a sign that says slow kids at play. She says they're going really fast. So she says that the unicorn has been getting a lot of support from parents and from kids.
A lot of moms who have dealt with the same problems on their streets honk and wave if they get stopped on the street. They're like, we support you.
Now, let's talk about the police ended this. They are not quite as excited as she is. They say that her costume and dancing can be a distraction for drivers. Looks like it might be an okay neighborhood for it, though. All right, thanks so much for being with us here. A lot of breaking news at noon. You can expect updates on all of those traffic stories coming up tonight as 5. And you can also get breaking updates anytime on our streaming apps or just search WPXI on Apple TV, Roku, or Amazon Fire. Have a good day.
Channel 11 News, 11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial. That's a game-winning touchdown.